Alright everybody, and we're back for some more Mountain Blade Warband Warsword Conquest mod, blah blah blah. You guys all know what it is already, considering it's only the second episode. And I've only done 35 minutes of video gameplay. But I said I would come back after I had established myself. I have gotten myself a sword, a shield, a gun, some armor, a horse. I even looted a wolf and another sword and looted that. So, I mean, I've got myself all set up. I just started putting my hand on my face, which doesn't help, I imagine. But so that's all there. I did level up. There was the video. Whoop, done. There was the video prior to that. Well, okay. We have episode 1 I did, and then halfway through at some day, I think I said 200 in the video. I don't remember anymore. May have been 180 or something like that. I decided I need to level up. One, because I needed my writing skill up to 4 for my mounts and all that, and then trying to win tournaments was a pain. So I was like, all right, fine. It's for the greater good, so I can make money faster, so I don't spend 2 years here. Speaking of which, we are now at the 370th day. It doesn't have anything there. Reports. Actually, wait. If I camp, take an action, retire from adventuring, you're at day 370. Your current luck is 150. I don't know how that's determined, actually. But yeah, so I'm at day 370, so it is 5 days after the new year. I actually hadn't even realized, because I had been with a lord at the time, and then I retired from him, and I was like, oh, it's day 370, because it was one of those things where I didn't actually have to play too much. I just let it run in the background, and then I would come back after however many minutes. I would come back at 10-minute intervals, and sometimes I would still be riding around, and sometimes they'd say, so what do? You go fight, blah blah blah. So then I was over at Karag Dramar, if I'm pronouncing that right, and I was with some lord whose daughter I'm dating, and so then I picked up not the daughter, but I also picked up some Chaos Tribesmen along the way. Got into a fight, I believe, if I recall correctly, and I think I upgraded 1 or 2 or maybe 5. I don't remember. Yeah, whatever. So we'll get into that later. Speaking of which, also I noticed, and I guess I didn't realize it during the first episode or at all, but when I started going to feasts, I don't know if there's anybody in here right now, but when I started going to the feasts with the lords, yeah, there's nobody here. They the game, I guess, bugged out. I mean, it's a mod, things happen, whatever, but none of them have hair. So I am one of the few. Well, none of them have the head hair. They all have facial hair when they have facial hair, but they're all bald. I'm living with a bunch of bald people, and that's okay. I don't have anything against bald people. I am more inclined to having little to no hair versus having a lot of hair, honestly. I've had both ish. I haven't actually gone bald though, so that'd be silly for me to say I've been bald. So we're actually just gonna get into it. We're gonna start like everybody else starts, riding around, recruiting people, making our own little army, getting into fights with bandits and such. In the end, no matter how the series goes, I am going to ally myself with Chaos. I prefer Chaos. Their troops are good. Their general mentality on conquering, I like. I'm going to stay away. Party, party. See, can I upgrade anymore? One more. Okay. I. Mm, we may or may not have a problem. Okay, let's see. So we have Beastmen, Beastmen, Beastmen. It may be worthwhile, because then I can get those 5 Chaos Tribesmen. Oh, I mean, I'm pretty certain they can outrun me right now, yeah. Whatever. I currently am set up to where I could fight them.
Today the gods will decide your fate.
This is a Minotaur. They just put this, this is the troll model, but because I guess they're not done with the Minotaur. They're just using the troll for it as well. That's alright, whatever. Now, this may not seem like a difficult fight, but considering half my force is Chaos Tribesmen, they suck, they can't do anything, they're useless. One would hope they're better, but they're not. So instead, I'm going to have to do the brunt of this, and I'm going to do it with my handy dandy little pistol. This combination is amazing. I have a shield and a pistol and a horse to boot. There's a joke in there somewhere, but so I can actually, if I can find my enemy, thoroughly dispatch of my enemy. Oops. This is the first person view. It doesn't entirely work if you're Chaos. I mean, it can if you like this intimidating feeling of having your pauldrons in the way, but I mean, it's not so much. It doesn't work so well. However, back to the subject at hand. Since I have a pistol, I can do this. I can ride around in circles. Well, if I could actually shoot good. Accurately, whatever. And, whoa. Okay. And I can shoot people. Woo! Ow. I'm stuck on a tree. And now this is where I was hoping to get all their attention. Ow. I was hoping to get all their attention so that I can just essentially ride around in circles and kill them. Sorry, I'm deep in thought. Because, I mean, this may not seem like it's bad, but these guys could kill all of your troops. I mean, all of them. So, that's why I was hoping to... Because they have modded weapons, which actually go through armor good. It's kind of weird, and it's cheap on my part, but because I have a Chaos armor, it's seemingly more resistant than the vanilla armor and all that. So, vanilla weapons, not so good at getting through it. But if you start using anything else, like, you know, these guys' axes, or fighting other Chaos members, they can thoroughly kill you. It's terrible. It's depressing. Because then you're left with nothing, and you're sad, and... yes. This is speaking from experience, by the way. Alright, so we had 4 of our guys killed, 6 wounded, that's perfectly fine. And 25 of them killed. And we get 5 tribesmen. Hire them all. And upgrade all of them, and then upgrade all these. So this is... But because they're such a little... The big... It's a big jump from being a tribesman to a marauder. So once you get to that point, everything starts going swimmingly, you're happy, everybody else is happy. These guys drop decent loot as well. If I recall correctly, the team working on the mod intend to make the Beastmen available race for you to play. Good. I haven't been talking since just now. I just started talking. I haven't talked at all yesterday. I didn't talk at all the night before. So I'm actually out of practice, which may sound weird. But, okay, what do I want to do? Shield's good. Athletics good, for me at least. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm setting myself up as a commander warrior thing. I'm probably not going to do too much range stuff besides firearms. Firearms are handy in certain situations. For example, that would have been one of them if it worked out well. I also work with two-handed weapons because I like using one-handed, two-handed, and firearms. I may do other stuff later. I'll upgrade polearms because of the training stuff. Actually, speaking of which, how's my training? Training. Trainer. 3 of blah. Okay. I need more pathfinding. And that's where it's not focused. Yes, no, I know. But the reason behind that is because I want to be able to fill in for my followers that I eventually get when they can't perform surgery, first aid, wound treatment, pathfinding, tactics, so on and so forth. I want to be able to at least give myself some sort of buffer so I'm not, left dry, per se. Now, let's see. Nicholas Lakelin, and Carlos Agbiet, Albeit. So these are all Chaos Lords. They're all friendly with me right now. Right now, they love me. Elgost, Ernestus, Krivilovio, Geben Markova, Krugerman, Canutripipitu. Yes. And I will butcher names, okay? I mean, like, I imagine this is Scorlum? 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 That is a weird. Try saying that real quick. Everybody who ends up at possibly watching this, let's go with possibly watching. Say Scorlum. René Debussy? Debussy? It sounds French. I don't remember. I don't know my French so well. I apparently not know my English so well either. And yes, that was a sarcastic sentence. I, I, I can speak properly, but where's the fun in that? Yeah, what's the fun in that? It's all the same in the end. So, hear my mouse click, click, click. And let's pick up some more food, just in case. As you'll notice, they have the different kinds of the different not states, but what would be the word for that? Quality of food, which is amazing because it makes some of them more worthwhile than others. Visit the tavern. Let's see. So you can hire beastmen's. Yeah. He kind of looks like a dog with horns. Not so much like, I mean, I guess that's fine for being a beastman, but you know those cute dogs is kind of like a little chin hair stuff going on. Yeah, that's what he looks like. All right, let's go upstairs and see what's happening. See if there's anybody up here. Frequently, because there's so many people who can visit the taverns, there will be folks upstairs. If the downstairs is crowded, of course, downstairs wasn't crowded. There isn't anybody here. Let's go to the castle. So this is Warlord Archaon, I imagine, castle, and it's a very simple castle. He was never much for interior design and all that. I mean, it's still nice. It's a very high ceiling, but I mean, beyond that, it's a one room, I guess it's 2 room, 2 floor, one random. Is that a back? I don't know what to call that. Never mind. Who cares? Let's leave. Oh no, I forgot to set the timer. That's okay. Whatever. It doesn't matter. No, 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 no. And did we go to Burka? Yes, we did. So we're actually going to do some quests for the surrounding towns because it helps whenever we lose everybody. To be able to recruit 13 Chaos Tribesmen is much more preferable to the alternative. Oh, good day, sir. Welcome to Burka. I'm the elder of this village. No, sir. Do you have any tasks I can help you with? No, I don't want to do that. I can do it, but I don't want to do it. I don't enjoy the cattle driving missions. So I'll have to Squirrel of the Loom. Go to the village center. The village center. Alright, let's see who is the elder. The one person dressed fully. You have any tasks I can help you with? Group of bandits. I could teach you how to. Now, this could be very, very terrible. And I'm going to say it's a troll move because it quite literally is a troll move. Because every once in a while, instead of. I mean, when you typically have your bandit attack, a bunch of bandits show up and they wreck you sometimes. Or you wreck them. You have a bunch of villagers on your side. It's great. Everybody's happy. But because of how the mod is, every once in a while, well, you won't know who's attacking you. And then suddenly, 30 trolls pop out of nowhere and attack you. Now, you saw that troll that I shot at. It took 2 shots. If you didn't notice, each shot did 50 some damage. 55, 56, whatever. So they have 100 health. They hit like a train. They go through armor of the mod sort because they have mod based weapons, so they're balanced out a little bit more reasonably. So they blow through you, and it's painful. It's very painful. So now I get to use the controller. Yay! And yes, I do have it on easy. If you didn't realize that, I turned it on to easy. I got tired of me constantly being pushed into the ground. Let's go with that. It was painful. I didn't enjoy it. Yeah. So I decided I'm just going to play it easy. It makes me feel more like a Chaos Warrior. Let's just go with that. Actually feels somewhat invincible. And you may go, well, where's the fun in that? Well, if I get to a tournament, I'll show you guys what it's like being in a tournament with 7 Chaos Lords. Oh, yes. And train more peasants. Train them all. I haven't found any of the companions that I would want yet. Because there's a specific group that I've found works rather well. They all get along. They all get along. They fight well. They have nice stats. They very rarely disagree with each other. Ha ha ha! Oh yes. So I just haven't found any of those folks yet. Sadly. Alright, train some more peasants. And steal more of their kids. That's actually what we're doing here. We're showing ourselves off so that we can hire more of their peasants to go fight with us. Oh yes. What I kind of wish was, what's the word? I mean, this mod is doing wonderfully, and I can't wait to see what else they have. That's what I'm thinking about is what I would like to see in the future. Like some sort of, I guess, very rudimentary magic. And I don't mean anything crazy like, call down lightning storms, but like shoot some sort of blast. And that's where that would take some work, honestly. I don't know how quite you would set that up because I haven't done a lot of. I've done modding in some other games, but nothing crazy. This could be terrible. All right. Okay. Ooh. So we got the long end of the stick per se, in that we're fighting people. We're fighting normal people. Ah! Slaughter them all! Bandit killed by Doom Jester. So yeah, we got regular bandage, which is a gift from the gods of Chaos, in a sense. Yes, I love slaughtering the weak. I'm sure Korn would love me more for it. And that is sarcasm for those of you who don't know Warhammer mythos, I guess. Woo! But it's better than a troll, because I mean that quite literally is a troll move, because there is 30 of them, and they will crush you. They need it more than we do. Yay! So recruit more volunteers. 9. Excellent. What's our party size limit? 95. All right. And I did some trading, as I mentioned in the previous video as well. So I went around, traded gold, not gold. What am I saying? Wool, and other such things to people. It was great. It was good. Everybody loved me. I made money. They made money. Prosperity was achieved, I guess. It'd be correct if prosperity was achieved, right? So this is what we're going to do. It's all that's going to happen for now. Eventually we'll sign on with somebody and do something. As of the current moment, Chaos, they used to control this area-ish. I think they'd taken this area as well in that area, but they lost that. It's now just these two places they have. That's not bad. It's more than what some other. Actually, wait. Do we have a? Oh, we took Nulns from them. Well, I'll be. So that was something I didn't notice happening. As I said, I left for minutes at a time. And this is where I like Chaos because they're actually very aggressive. They're stupid sometimes, like they'll hold a feast in the middle of a campaign. And we just started fighting with them, so it's terrible, but it is what it is. Hello, Chaos person. Hello, other Chaos person. Where's your elder? Ow. And if you didn't notice, if I'm correct, I may be very incorrect, but the horse, the Coronate Warhorse, the Chaos Warhorse, they're actually both larger than normal horses. But because of that, like goblins can walk underneath the legs, which is perfectly reasonable, honestly. Whoa. The game's been actually kind of weird. I wonder if it has something with Fraps that it doesn't like. It could be that. Nope, definitely not. Absolutely, positively not going to do that. So, I don't know if it's something connected to Fraps or whatever. If anybody knows, feel free to tell me. I mean, hey, it's all information, all just power, blah. So what else? There was something I was going to bring up about this. My plan. For those of you who didn't infer, or I, for whatever reason, didn't mention in the first episode, so on and so forth, I intend to go around raiding things, building up an army, showing some of the troop trees with chaos. If people, and I'll possibly sign on with chaos as a mercenary. However, if people want me to try hanging out with other factions, then they can feel free to tell me. There are the. I'm just gonna pull this up and make it a little bit easier that way. There's the Empire of Sigmar, which is the normal humans in a sense, and same with the Bretonnians. They're both normal human factions. They just have different troops, very similar but different. There's the Dwarf Kingdom, the High Elf Kingdom, Pirate Kingdom, Tomb King's Empire, Lizardmen Kingdom, Badland Goblins, Kingdom of Arabi. I think Arabi sounds fun. Orcs, Dark Elf Kingdom, and Skaven Underworld. And obviously, the Kingdom of Bretonnia as before mentioned. So, if you want me to try any of them out, feel free, whether that be riding around with a lord or being a mercenary or other such things. I really have no particular plans with the series besides, otherwise, I'll just end up making money, gaining renown, killing things, and eventually joining up with Chaos. Chaos is sort of the end goal. If at any time, let's say the Empire of Sigmar pushes back somehow into the Chaos lands and starts taking their land and starts becoming powerful, then I'll go and sign up with the Realm of Chaos and go fight back and even that out. You'd be surprised how powerful the player can be. You can't start your own faction as far as I know on that note. But the player can actually, for example, I'm doing another account. Um, I have the potential army size of like 200 because you gain renown rather rapidly in this because of, for example, if you fight the Beastmen crowds, you get a chunk of renown from that. You get like 16 sometimes, depending on what they have and all that. But the Realm of Chaos, I can ride with about 100 undivided champions, which is expensive, I'll tell you that now. But you could blaze a trail of glory through all of Sigmar and all of Bretonnians. Like, one time, I started from Nuln because I had just taken Nuln, then proceeded on to Altdorf. Altdorf. Whoa, that sounds weird to say. I took that, then I went to Bergerbris. I don't care. Took it, went on to Coron, took it, then up here, circled back around, took all that, and then it was all chaos. And then, if anybody else, let's say, then suddenly a Sigmarite force came over to Altdorf, then I came over to Altdorf and joined in with the siege, let them attack, pulled my gun out, fought. I'd be like, have 112 troops, and I'd be fighting 1,400. Well, guess what? I'd win because It just goes to show how powerful the Chaos Warriors are, and it's actually seems reasonable because I mean maybe not the castle siege, but in a sense a about 10 warriors, well 10 champions is worth about I'd say 100 plus or minus. What are they called? Men. Let's just go with men. Let's call them men. Now, if they were all, priests of Sigmar, then that would be a pain, and I would not have won that. But they don't use top tier troops, so that's besides the point. So essentially, I can change the game and make it go whichever way I want it. But in order for me to have that powerful army, Chaos has to take over because when they take over a place, let's say I take over this Alan Khan as Chaos. Well, that becomes a Chaos village, and you recruit Chaos recruits from it. Compared to Vanilla Mountain Blade, where you would take over said place, and then it would still give you the Bretonnians and not Chaos, even though it was in the hands of Chaos. It's actually kind of a neat. It's simultaneously good and bad, because it means you can't get those troops anymore if you completely extinguish a race. For example, I like the orcs as well. They're pretty good too. Then going through some. How much grain do you need? I need 7 packs. Good God, I don't think I'd be able to find 7 packs of grain. And that's where some of these missions are very difficult for this area of the world, if that makes any sense at all. Because they don't produce a lot of grain. They produce a lot of hides, leather, things like that. I don't remember salt if they do or don't. But their supply is limited up here. So it only makes sense that you have to go and invade. Let's see, what do we have here? And ale. We apparently produce a lot of ale, cheese, beef, and some tools here. Well, I'll be damned. Let's visit the tavern. Anybody worth hiring? No, there's a ransom broker. This is a minotaur. You can hire the minotaurs. I typically don't hire a lot of folks unless I'm desperate or yeah, no, just desperate, honestly, or curious. Let's go with that. So there's nothing there worth getting. Leave, and so the mistress is Chaos Lady Marinina, whatever. She's over at Karagdromar, I think, I believe. I could be lying to all of you right now, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I love you all 20 of you, I guess. Those people have been watching my videos repeatedly, which, I mean, I don't mind. I'm not promoting it, but I'm saying it would be nice. Karag Dromar. It sounds dwarvish. It could be, I mean, in the lore, I would think that it would, well, that's Karak. Yeah, I can't see it this far away. But the dwarven areas, oh, nope. Okay, it's gonna be painful. So 52 against 34. We should be able to win, but it will be painful. Hold this position. Everybody stand closer. Everybody stand closer. Now, as to how I play this, I play it kind of like some of you may know him, some of you may not. The YouTuber Splattercat, where I make a big Zerg ball and then I use it and hope it works. And typically it does. Other than that, if I actually had an archer force, I would have the infantry cover the archers. I typically don't get into the groups too much. It's just stressful. I don't like it. But then also my AI isn't set very high. And I don't know if you can actually hear me right now. I tested some of the audio, but I have no idea about larger battles. Attack. Woulda. So yeah, we're doing good. So this is an example of how, as you saw in the first video, I had however many Chaos Tribesmen. They did terribly. And now I have a plethora of Marauders and some Marauder veterans, and they did wonderfully. The upgrade is significant, to say the least. So we have 9 who died, 8 who were wounded. And we killed 34 of them. Excellent. And I gained 17 renown. See, I mean, you get a chunk. Alright, and let's just take all this to sell. Whoop. Well, I mean, not all of it. A reasonable amount of it. Let's sell some heads and boots. Whoever buys this stuff must feel awful. They're following me, but why? And they'll actually follow you rather frequently until you have about 60, 70 troops. And I don't know if it takes into account veterancy, bleh. Speaking is difficult, trust me. Moving at a speed of 3.2, good lord, 5.3, there we go. I was about to say that was rather a sad amount of speed. I mean, it was night and we were going through the trees, but I thought that was its normal speed. Speed, speed, speed. So Kuragdroma. And this could... Back to what we were talking about during the map. When we were on the map. I maybe like a chaos dwarf area? I don't know though. So, you see my flowing dark brown, almost black locks. And then you have her. This is what everybody looks like. All the Chaos Lords look like that. All the ladies. I think everybody else in the game may very well be. I actually haven't looked. I haven't ventured much beyond... As I said, I don't have a problem with bald people, but it's kind of funny in-game. Yeah, it's kind of funny in-game. Ah, Doomjuster, you must have received my message. How happy I am that you could come. Oh, yes. Of course you are. Do you think we have a future? So I'm already able to persuade her to delay no further. I don't feel like it. That's for another date. That is, I mean, no pun intended, but... Oh, look, Payday 2 has Pay Something a Con 2015. Payday a Con. Oh, yes. For those of you who don't know, I've gotten into Payday a little bit, off and on, every once in a while, but after I moved, I'm currently living in the mountains. Internet is god-awful. For example, it takes about an hour for each of my videos, each one video to upload. 30-minute video on top of an hour time to render the video out. So, and then let's say an hour of playing and then, doing stuff with it. So it's just a pain. All in all, it's a pain. So, and it's not like I can get any sort of better internet. That's the sad part. And actually, I'm going to call this to an end soon enough. Let me visit the tavern real quick. Skeezel. Bearman Ursula. These guys are pretty good. I don't typically take them, but whenever I have, like, a castle to take. Is it a plane? No, it's just my window. My window's open again. As I said, it gets hot in my house. At 50 degrees. But I'm going to head out over here real quick. Whoop. And I shouldn't have any problem if I run into any enemies. Like, even if they fight me, I should be able to fight them back as well. 2 Morettas. Actually, let's go to Mountain Veneer. Let's end it where we started. Let's go with that. Whoa. And spend 389. I made a chunk of money before I started this. I mean, I spent all of it getting the armor and the weapons and all that, and then I made all of it back. So I've made about 90,000 in dinars, gold, whatever they say the currency is here. So, I mean, just to show you how rapidly you can go through money. So, nothing new here. Alright, so we'll leave it at this. This is Mountain Blade Warband Warsword Conquest mod. The link is in the description. As noted before, no, I was not asked to advertise them. I just felt like doing this because I like Mountain Blade, and I happen to like this mod, so I'm playing it. Nobody's asked me to play it. I'm playing it of my own free will. And I recommend some people who like either Mountain Blade or who like Warhammer Fantasy and have the money to spare for Mountain Blade, they don't have it, to try it out. It's It's honest to God good. With its bugs, of course, but it's beta. And it's a small team. It is what it is. So, I thank you all for watching. This is Doomjester signing off. I'll get back to you with another video soon enough.